There you go. Channel 5, the sports station in Cincinnati. WLWT, and the Peacock brings you a crusher strike out of a 20-year-old first-timer on TV, Jen.
Yeah, Rob Davis, he comes from Mount Orab, Ohio, and just recently the Bowling Proprietors Association expanded their territories just a bit, and Rob was included in that, so it's his first chance to prove himself on the King of Bowling.
He has got some nice awards and merits. He's earned an 800 series, 2 300 games at 299, at 297, 296, 290. So he can get it done, and we know this gentleman can. He won our last game. Dave Callery. Dave is 38 years old, an assistant controller, Cincinnati Time Incorporated.
Both have 5 steps, full fingertip, both right-handed. Styles similar, Dave?
Styles are pretty similar, but I'm going to plead ignorance here for about 3 frames. I haven't really watched Rob bowl that much, so I want to watch him here under pressure. TV cameras tend to let people throw the ball a little bit different. So let's see if he changes anything. Dave Callery, we know, is going to be around the pocket all day long. Let's see what Rob's going to give us.
There you get a look at young Rob Davis. As Mr. Newrath mentioned, only 20 years old. He's a factory worker out in Mount Orab. And he does his bowling out that way, and boy, I'd say the TV cameras haven't done a whole lot to the old boy the first 2 frames.
No, not at all. Let's look at the release. This is what I wanted to see. He's well underneath the ball, lifts the ball well out onto the lane. Now watch this. Boom. Out there, good follow through, just like brushing his hair back, follows through. Now that good heavy end over end roll, trips out the 4-9. There's a 4-9. There is no 4-9 anymore.
A little heavy on that head pin almost.
A little heavy, but the driving ball really took it out. Same basic hit.
Boy, and I want you to see this guy's blue eyes. Come on, look
Jen,
on that.
we really don't care about his blue eyes. Come, give us a break.
Blue eyes?
Here. What are these? How about these green
Don't look
eyes,
at those.
He is into his own game right here, blue eyes or not. He is not going to watch his opponent, Dave Callery, who also has 2 strikes, going for 3, and it's close.
Boy, both these guys really coming out geared up.
And of course, Walt Sweeney's brought us prepared a Mustang GT, and it's looking hot. It's sitting right outside. We got 6 frames, 6 strikes. We got keys. We got air conditioning. We got a V8. What more do you want?
I don't know what else is available. I mean, it's got a sunroof, huh?
Think so.
Hey, all right, crank it up.
Walt Sweeney provides us with our car each and every week here on our telecast, and of course we will give that bad boy away as somebody just mildly comes up with a 300 game.
And you can go out and check out those Mustangs at Walt Sweeney's Western Hills Ford on Glumway Avenue in Western Hills.
4 for 4. This game's just cruising right along.
Rumor has it that Walt told me that as a bowling special for anybody that tunes in and watches the show and comes in and says the magic words WLW BPA King of Bowling and trades in an old bowling ball, he'll give you an extra $50 off on your car purchase.
Is that right?
Yeah, really, seriously.
That's great.
Seriously.
I got about 10 old balls sitting in my cover.
I'm not sure that's the way it works, though, Jen. I don't think it's per ball. I think it's just 1.
Oh, but that's still a good deal.
Yeah, I'd still go in and bargain with him a little bit.
I mean, might be worth a shot.
I'm going to be looking for a new auto here, probably in the spring. Might go with a convertible, but you know, the car phone really, you can't really hear on them in a convertible.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Torn between a convertible and a car phone.
First miss of the match.
It was a little wide, and the desired result was not obtained, but he leaves a single pin spare, easy to make. I don't think Rob's going to miss this one.
That lovely lady that you're looking at in the lower left, that's Judy White. Next to her is her husband's Bert White. And they are proprietors out at Madison Bowl, which our qualifiers were coming from today.
Well, we're going to take a timeout. We'll be right back as this match continues on the 14K Hudepohl King of TV Bowling. Stay with us.
Hurry to the Ball Shop and take advantage of the savings during our 7th annual President's Month sale. The Ball Shop's a half block north of Dana on Montgomery Road and carries a complete line of balls, bags, and accessories. During this sale, buy 2 balls and get a double ball bag free and receive free drilling, sizing, and lettering on any ball purchase. The Ball Shop means bowling and savings. You'll get a free game at Stone's Lanes with any ball, shoe, or bag purchase. Save 20% on all AMF angles and Ebonite Thunderbolt balls and bags. The Ball Shop. We do more than just drill balls. Today's bowling tip is brought to you by Walt Sweeney West Hills Ford.
Every group of people that share a special interest develop their own vocabulary so that any outsider can easily be recognized. Bowlers are no exception, so here are a few key words and definitions. 10 in the pit describes a strike that all 10 pins go back into the pit. Rip the rack describes a very powerful strike with side movement. Ring 10 is a 10-pin left on a great hit. A scout is normally the head pin thrown into the wall and then ricocheting across into another pin. And every pin doing its job is the favorite phrase of an unnamed bowling announcer to describe action that happened so quickly he didn't see it at all. It's going, gone.
Today's bowling tip has been brought to you by Walt Sweeney West Hills Ford.
Got a good-looking match on our hands.
Well, we sure do. David Callery, perfect through 4. Rob Davis, perfect through 4, but leaving a little bit of the door open for David Callery on that light hit, but covering with a spare nicely.
David, we talked very briefly in the commercial break, and I asked you, why do some players wear the wrist device like Rob Davis does, and others, such as Dave Callery, do not? I guess what are its advantages and disadvantages to different types of players?
A lot of personal preference goes into it. In my case, having an elbow operation, it's almost necessary for me to wear it because after 3 or 4 games, I lose the strength. So I need that support. Now, in Rob's case, not knowing what his situation is, I'd have to think that it's probably something he just tried. It felt comfortable. He bowled well with it, and he likes to use it. There's so many wrist devices out on the market, and I think our first tip of the week this year alluded to it. It's just picking out whatever's comfortable for you and then using one if you prefer to.
Well.
What?
We have yet to have an open frame, but the possibility could exist here. What happened?
What a bad shot here on David Callery. He got the ball in the oil too soon. There you see. Now no end over end. See how the ball's rolling like this? Now watch it jump to the right, deflect. The 5-pin goes in front of the 8. The ball actually deflected into an area where it almost took out the 10-pin itself. Bad shot for Dave Callery. Bad break. Rob Davis has a chance to climb right back into the driver's seat on this one.
He actually went up 3 pins, if our projections are right, with that open by Dave. So anybody's match.
Rob Davis, a look of determination to get back in strike form.
Light again.
Looked to go a little wider that time too.
Sure did. Ball just didn't quite come back. Twice in a row. He's going to have to make a correction now. He can't deal with that, and Dave Callery will step all over him if he keeps on going light like that. He's got to start striking, make a little adjustment.
I actually think the adrenaline, I'm not so sure he's throwing the ball too much wider. Maybe we can get a tighter shot of where he's hitting on the lane, but I think he's throwing the ball harder. I mean, we don't have the gun like we do down at the baseball game. Although I'd like to have that one.
I'd tell you what, they had him on the national tour on the telecast the other day.
They did.
I'd love to get one and try it. So if anybody's listening and you have one, And, well, buddy of mine, Rick Crumman, he's uses one from time to time out of District 1, I think. Show up some morning, Rick. We'll use your gun for you. Got a little tight. You mentioned before, Jen, he went wide. He went wide. He made a little adjustment, and he went tight, leaving the 4-pin. Now, what we have here, folks, is a 1-pin match.
Don't want to leave any frame open.
No.
And Mr. Davis picks up the spare. So after starting the match with 4 consecutive strikes, he has come back in the 5th, 6th, and 7th with spares. Callery started the match with 5 straight strikes, but left an open frame in the 6th. So this is a big frame for Callery.
Disastrous 8-10, which is a pocket split, by the way. But it's caused by one of two things: either bad pin placement, which he should have checked, or a bad pitch, which is what I think he did. He pulled that ball and it held. He pulled that ball and it held. Now let's see if we can watch him pull this ball. He's been playing. Now look, now that's definitely inside of his target. Now watch it. It's going to hold. It's going to hold. Yeah, it's going to hold. The head pin's going to go straight back. That's the 2-pin going to the wall and taking out the 4 and the 7 with 1 shot. The score, 1 pin. Advantage, Callery, strike up in the 7th frame. We have a good match here.
And Dave's got to note that he does have that pull room. He knows he can't send it wide or it's going to come up light, but he knows he can make a mistake to the left and not to the right.
That's a good point, because it's cost Davis so far.
There you go.
That was right there. So after an open frame in the 6th, Callery has come back strong. Back-to-back strikes in 7 and 8.
Cuts the lead to 9. Well, he actually takes the lead by 9 pins at this point. Rob Davis, not to be outdone, on the right lane. Let's see what he does. Boy, he hit this one. The angle, wrong again. You know, he did hit the ball. He did everything right, but let's take a look at the arc on the trajectory of the ball. Now watch it. Comes out from underneath it, hits it for all it's worth, but the trajectory of the ball takes it too far wide. It's too far out at this point. Now watch it come in behind the head pin, deflects, takes a 3-pin straight back, the 6-pin, second one from the right-hand side of the screen, goes to the gutter. It's got no chance, but he covers his spare as he should.
This is Rob's first appearance on the King, as we told you before. So we'll see how he can handle now this 9th and 10th frame when he's got to really go for it.
I tell you, the thing that impresses me about Rob Davis is, and Jen, you're a young bowler as well and have had a lot of success. I'm impressed by his spare shooting. For a guy his age and the first time on television, he hasn't missed one yet.
Sure hasn't. He's gone after 4 of them, so.
Great shot. Almost too great.
Well, what happened?
He hit that ball so clean and so hard, it actually drove right straight through the pocket, leaving a 4-pin, Tommy. Sometimes you can almost hit one too good, you know. It was a good shot, and Rob's got nothing to be ashamed of on that shot.
No, he made a good adjustment.
And there is another 1-pin pickup. And a red-hot Dave Callery, who won our first game today and is well on his way to making it 2 in a row.
And Callery did indeed go on to win his 2nd straight game. He rounded out the game with 6 consecutive strikes for a very impressive score of 266. Davis finished at 221. So Callery will face Stan Eaton in our championship game coming up next on the 14K King of TV Bowling.